Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you the differences between the latest model of the Maschine Mikro and the Maschine. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to Aaron over at hiphoptools.com. He was gracious enough to hook me up with one of the full-size machines, allowing me to do this video as well as many more to come. Go check out his store. Before taking a look at the hardware, I just want to say that both of these models run on the exact same software. Especially as we're headed towards Maschine 2.0, it's a reassuring fact to know that both of these have the same powerful software behind them. With that said, there are certainly some differences between the models. Let's start with the Maschine Mikro. It has 16 pads, one rotary encoder, one screen, and several buttons dedicated to the main functions. On the back, there is a USB out. The bigger machine adds 8 knobs, more buttons such as the dedicated group buttons, a second screen, and MIDI in and out on the back. It's also important to note that the screens are inverted. There is white text on a black background versus the Mikro's black text on a white background. In addition, this model of machine has interchangeable faceplates, which might be a gimmick to some, but it's there. So without doubt, these two models have their differences, but what I want to show is how those differences translate to the workflow. So what I've done is selected a few different scenarios, and I'm going to show you how to do them on the Maschine Mikro and on the full-size machine. First, I'll show you the process of switching, muting, and soloing groups. Here you can see that the dedicated group buttons come in handy. It's not to say that it's impossible on the Mikro, but it requires a few more button pushes to do the same things. Next, we can take a look at changing plugin parameters. Here, the big machine definitely has an upper hand. Not only are the knobs a lot smoother than the clicked encoder of the Mikro, but you can also work with more than one at a time. Now let's move to one of the areas in which the big machine absolutely destroys the Maschine Mikro, and that is sample editing. The Maschine Mikro's small display and clicked knob make it very irritating if not impossible to edit start and end points of each sample. The big machine, on the other hand, has very nice control over the display. You have full control over zoom and pan, and the knobs are much more accurate than the clicked knob on the Mikro. If you own the Maschine Mikro, you might be finding yourself using the computer for this kind of stuff. However, if you own the big one, you can definitely do it on the hardware. Finally, I just want to show you the differences between the displays and the menus on each of the models. On the big machine, the 8 knobs and the 8 buttons really make it easy to switch between different parameters. However, on the Mikro, you're forced to click a button every time you want to move between parameters. It's definitely doable on the Mikro, it just takes a little bit more time. I hope this video helps you decide which model is right for you. I don't want you to think that you can't make great music on the Mikro, that's definitely not true. Especially considering that it's about half the price and a lot smaller than the full-size machine, it actually has its advantages. You never know, that price difference might be better spent on some quality VSTs or an audio interface or something like that. In all, both the Maschine Mikro and the full-size machine are great tools for music production. You can't really go wrong.